Hi everyone, in this video we will learn how to prepare MDF base and how to find the center of the board, also how to create mandala grid when you want to make a photo frame out of it. Let's get started. So today I am going to use black gesso and Montmartre acrylic color for the base paint application, and our base is of 12-inch diameter and 7 mm thickness. If you have gesso, you can apply one layer of gesso first before actually applying the acrylic paint. So let's take a flat brush and apply one coat of gesso. If you don't have gesso, not a problem. You can just replace this coat with acrylic paint itself. Take little by little paint and spread it evenly across the surface. Once you're done applying base coat on the surface, we are going to paint the edges as well. So slowly hold the board and flip it sideways like this and gently apply one layer of gesso. So now let us repeat the steps with acrylic paint, whichever brand you are comfortable with. I will repeat this step one last time. So basically I'm giving one coat of gesso and 2 coats of acrylic paint. Now let us find the center of the board using chord method. For that we will need scale, pencil, protractor and compass. Pencil preferably white charcoal or chalk or white watercolor pencil, because it's easy to erase. We can wipe it off with a wet tissue or damp cloth later. So basically in chord method, first we will draw 2 equal chords. So you can choose any side. I will draw a chord of 18 centimeter. This is 0. And here it's 18. So basically the length of this chord is 18 centimeter. The next step will be to mark midpoint of the chord, that is 9 centimeter. So we will repeat the same step either on right or left side of the existing chord. So I'm going to do it on right side. Same length, 18 centimeter chord, then mark a midpoint at 9 centimeter. This is 9 centimeter. Length is 18 centimeter. So the next step will be to draw perpendiculars from these chords. For that we will place our protractor on the chord and mark a point at 90 degrees. So when we are placing the protractor, it aligns with the midpoint of the chord. So we are placing it right on the midpoint and then mark a point at 90 degree. We will repeat the same step on the other chord as well. So the next step is to connect midpoint of the chord with the 90 degree point. So now wherever these two perpendicular lines are intersecting, that is the center of our board. Okay, so now to cross verify if this is the exact center, we just have to take our compass and extend the pencil till the edge. Place the compass on the center that we found out just now and extend it until the edge and see if the pencil is touching the edge throughout. See, it should touch the edge like this throughout. So if your center is not right, what will happen is maybe on one side it will touch the edge like this, and on the other end it's either outside or inside like this. So that should not be the case. It should touch the edge throughout. If it is touching the edge throughout, then yes, your center is right. You have done a great job. If not, you have missed something somewhere. Maybe while marking the chord, you thought you have taken 18, but you might have taken 17.8. Some slight miscalculations somewhere. So if that is the case, you have to repeat this step once again. Now that the center is there, let us remove the unnecessary lines with a wet wipe, because when we construct grid, these lines will only confuse us. Okay, keep only the center and wipe all the unnecessary lines. So next we will draw a diameter, basically the line that passes through the center. Now let us take protractor, or if you have a pro circle 360-degree one, you can take that as well. And we are going to place the protractor on the diameter and on the center like this. And we are going to take an interval of 15 degrees. So when we are placing the protractor, we already have a line on 0 and 180 degree already. So next we will add 15 degrees and keep on incrementing it. So 0, 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, 105, 120, 135, 150, 165, 180 is already there. Next, we will repeat the same step on the other side. 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, 105, 120, 135, 150, 165. So basically by taking 15-degree interval, we are dividing the circle into equal sections every 15 degrees. So basically we are getting 24 sections. So 12 on one side, 12 on the other side. We are dividing the board into 24 equal sections. If you don't want these many sections, you can reduce the degree interval. You can take 20-degree interval, 30-degree interval, 45-degree interval. So that will reduce the number of sections. If you reduce the interval, then you will get more sections. Now we have taken 15 degrees. If you take 10 degrees, you will get more sections. So it's up to you how many sections you want. It again depends on the size of the board as well. As the size of the board increases, we will need more number of sections. Now before connecting the opposite points, let us draw a circle of 6 inch. So place the scale like this, 0 aligns with center, then we will mark a point at 3 inches. So 3 inches will be the radius, so we will get 6 inches diameter. Why 6 inch? Because we will be creating a photo frame on this board and the photo will be of 6 inches. We need that space hollow. So now we will create a circle. Okay, my compass is slipping. Okay, create a circle of 6 inch. In this area, we will be sticking our photo or a mirror also. If you are using a photo of a bigger size, then let this circle be bigger and vice versa. Okay, now we are going to connect the opposite points such that it passes through the center. So you can either connect them like this in the sense you can draw through this circle as well, because anyhow we are sticking the photo and these lines won't be visible. But if you're like me, if you're creating videos for your page, and when you're creating the video, if you want your grids to look nice, then while you're connecting the opposite points, connect them such that the line ends at the 6-inch circle and then on the other side restarts. So you're not passing through this circle, you're just drawing the lines outside the circle only on the frame section. So just connect all the opposite points. Last 2 points to connect. And we are done drawing the grid lines. The last step is to draw concentric circles. So basically I don't do any measurements or mark the radii before drawing the circles. I continuously draw circles approximately 0.5 centimeter apart from each other. So if you want it to be exact 0.5 interval, then we can mark the radii first before drawing the circles. So this is our 6-inch circle. So we will place our scale right on that 6-inch circle and on one of the grid lines. You can consider any one of the lines, and we will mark points at an interval of 0.5 centimeter. So 0 is already there, 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5 and 7. You may get 7 or up to 7.5. Okay, we already have these radii now. The next step will be to draw circles on those points. And remove these lines to make it look good. It's not necessary, but I'm used to doing this because when I record my reels, if I remove these lines, it looks good. And the grid construction is done for a photo frame. Next step will be to create patterns on the frame and to varnish it once it dries. And the last step will be to stick your photo and attach a hook at the back, and it will be ready to hang. Drop your comment if you found this video helpful, and if you want to watch more such informative videos, please drop in your suggestions and I'll definitely try to cover those topics as well. See you in the next video.